the Stafford Voice.
Profiles in history. Frustrated and disappointed at the lack of revolutionary fervor in fellow Georgians, they attempted to join South Carolina. South Carolina refused, so they acted on their own, sending their own delegate to the Continental Congress. Lyman Hall was born on April 12, 1724, in Wallingford, Connecticut. He attended Yale, graduating in 1747, and afterward he studied theology under the guidance from his uncle, the Reverend Samuel Hall. He was ordained by the Fairfield West Consociation in 1749. An outspoken group of parishioners opposed his ordination, strong-arming the Consociation to dismiss Hall in 1751. This was after charges against his moral character, which, according to one biography, quote, were supported by proof and also by his own confession. He was later reinstated and for 2 years was found filling temporary assignments wherever a pulpit was empty. His heart just wasn't in it anymore and began studying medicine. On May 20th, 1752, he married Abigail Burr. Soon after, he started his practice. 1 year later, Abigail passed away, and roughly 3 months later, in October of 1753, he married Mary Osborne. Shortly after they married, they migrated south to Dorchester, South Carolina, where he established himself as a physician. Dorchester, South Carolina was a community that was settled by Congregationalist migrants from Dorchester, Massachusetts, just decades earlier. When these settlers moved down to Georgia, Dr. Hall followed and became one of the leading citizens of the newly founded seaport of Sunbury, Georgia, in St. John's Parish. To say it was a good place for a doctor to settle would be an understatement. Why? The surrounding area was densely wooded, marshy, and filled with plenty of game. The swamp waters were alive with snakes, fish, and alligators. It was ripe for malarial exposure, and Dr. Hall was plenty busy. Maybe it was Lyman's background in preaching, but his articulation awarded him as a leader and spokesman for those in the parish, and it was his attendance of the Friends of Liberty in Savannah where he became friends with Button Gwinnett. After being killed in a duel, Lyman acted as the executor of Gwinnett's estate. Hall soon found himself at the Continental Congress on May 13, 1775, where he was a bit of an anomaly, because Georgia had yet to be fully recognized as an official colony. Congress didn't want to reject revolutionary supporters from Georgia. They did admit him, unanimously, I might add, as a delegate. Lyman declined to vote until Georgia was fully represented. By summertime, events such as the battles at Lexington and Concord had not only swayed the hearts of Georgians, but they sent official delegates to Congress, even confirming Hall as an official delegate. Lyman Hall was present for all the debates over independence, and on July 4th, 1776, he voted in favor of the Declaration of Independence, later signing it on August 2nd. During the Revolutionary War, when the British controlled the coasts of Georgia in 1779, much of Sunbury was burned, including Hall's home. He also stood accused of high treason, and Lyman fled to Connecticut, where some say his family was hiding. Now, upon returning to Georgia to reclaim his lands after the British withdrew in 1782, Hall was elected to the House of Assembly in 1783. Before being elevated to the office of governor. One of the things he worked on, besides rebuilding after the war, was to work on setting aside land for a state-chartered college. He believed that education, particularly religious education, would result in a more virtuous citizenry. The next year, Franklin College, now the University of Georgia, was chartered. After serving only 1 year as governor, he served one more in the assembly then a year as judge. Afterwards, he resumed his medical practice and became involved in the continued development of agriculture in the state. Also in 1785, he sold his plantation, Hall's Knoll, and in 1790 he moved to Burke County, where he purchased Shell Bluff Plantation. Lyman Hall died on October 19, 1790, at the age of 66. He may have failed as a preacher, but he found success during his life living a sermon of patriotism. And that is this week's Profiles in History.